2025 Fisheries Committee meeting. We're short a few members, still out to sea today, actually, so we'll start with the attendance. We'll start with you, Bill.
Billy Saxton.
Jay McCray.
Samantha Bohan.
George Prince.
Allison Hawks.
David Wilson.
Darcy Kucher.
Matt Gilly.
And now we'll have the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And next we'll open with public comment. Good enough, seeing none. Any committee announcements? Obviously, there's a big one, but we'll address it in a few minutes.
I have to leave at 5:30.
Okay.
I believe
So get on it, George.
Okay.
No pressure.
Did everyone that's here review the minutes and look okay? I'd
Yes.
entertain a motion to pass that.
I make a motion, we approve minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
This is a discussion that I hope to never have. Harpswell was hit pretty hard a month or so back, and we lost 3 fishermen. I guess I'll just keep it short. One of them was on this committee, Chris McIntyre, and some of you have sent me text messages, et cetera, what we're going to do. And I had spoken with Selectman Gilly and a few of you, and I think we're in favor of leaving Chris's seat open for 1 year time frame. So, also, Billy, could you tell us about a service, possibly?
Yep, there's a service on Sunday, the 14th, this coming Sunday at 1 o'clock at the Dolphin. There'll be food, stuff there, and just a place for people to come together. It would be a special day to be there for sure.
Yeah.
So we hope to see everyone.
Certainly stop by and give your condolences to the McIntyre family. So,
Do we need a formal motion to keep the seat open?
I don't know.
I
That's a
don't
good
think
question.
so. I mean, you can make one if you want. I talked to town staff and they were fine with it too, so.
I'm fine
And
with that then.
Okay, good, thank you. So, yeah, we'll just have a brief moment of silence for the McIntyre family. Thank you. Would anybody care to add anything? Oh,
Sorry. Just got done weighing up skulls.
no, that's fine.
Do you want to just mention
Yeah.
all the other passing?
Yeah, so the 3 members of the community, and it was kind of shocking because it was within a week. Ronald LeClaire, who was a retired fisherman, and of course Chris, and Lucky Appenasano, Vincent Appenasano. So I think we're still trying to get our head wrapped around it.
Yep.
So
Ronnie was a giant in this town.
Yeah,
That's really important.
he was known for being a highliner for a long time. So a lot of respect for the LeClaire family, and,
Yep.
and all 3 families, of course, but there's still 2 generations of LeClaire's left. So
Yep.
their legacy will continue. Next is the Working Waterfront Inventory Project. I think we have someone here from Maine Coastal Fishermen's.
Hi. Really sorry for all of your loss, too. Just want to say that.
Thank you.
There we go.
You got the speaker up there.
Oh, that one? It is.
Well, you're fine up there. You should be okay.
The universe agrees how we feel about.
Test.
So,
They don't like me.
gosh. No, it's okay. Just right in everyone's ears. Okay. Well, hi, it's nice to meet all of you. I'm Emerson. I work for MCFA, as you mentioned. I work really closely with Monique, who I'm sure you guys are all very familiar with. I apologize I can't stay very long, so I'm going to do a super quick speed round of this project. I'm working very closely with Darcy on this. A little update on where we are at in the project. We have a bunch of data on just commercial fishing and aquaculture so far, so that's a huge part of this inventory. It's essentially just a comprehensive data set that is a tool that towns can use to take account of what they have in terms of working waterfront and keep track of that moving forward so you can track change. You can use it as a needs assessment. You can come up with projects or grants or anything like that. It's just a way to have data and to be able to tell that story in a little bit better way or an easier way for a town and to get it integrated into municipal planning processes. Moving on, I think the next thing that Darcy and I will be working on is just filling out a lot of the rest of the data in the spreadsheet. It's available on MCFA's website if any of you are curious. It's pretty comprehensive. So a lot of that data Darcy knows, and we'll just be kind of working through over the next couple months. Another exciting part of it is beyond that, I think it's a great opportunity to engage in some other conversations. So talking to business owners, talking to people who fish in Harpswell, just sort of building it out beyond just the data. So if any of you want to be part of that conversation or a part of this project or know people whose perspectives and voices you think are critical to telling the story of Harpswell, I would love to talk to them as a part of this project. And I think some of the other things is this is a great kind of kicking off point to, come up with maybe the next project that Harpswell wants to take on. We have some money through this project, and since Harpswell is a part of it, I think I just got approval to say this number, but we have $9,000 that every community that's a part of this project can use. That can't go to infrastructure, unfortunately. Not that would really do anything. It's not that much money, but for projects. So I'm happy to take questions. I'm happy to come back as we move through this project, but I think this is a great place to kind of come up with ideas for so if any of you have any ideas on what's next or needs or want to talk about this project more, happy to. Anybody has questions?
Anybody?
So you're collecting data and you're having conversations with people, not data, but the anecdotal sort of stuff?
Yeah, totally. The template itself is all around data, but I think the real strength of this project is getting to start that conversation and kind of working through the ways that you enshrine some of that knowledge and stories and just some of the beautiful parts that make a community special. I think there's some really cool things that you can do. So you guys can all talk about that, where you take this data and you combine it with some of the great work that Harpswell is doing as a town, and you combine it with some of these stories about places or about the history of Harpswell, and you can put that into a map that everyone and you can integrate the great fishing legacy map that has just been made. You can kind of build a story. You can make a presentation you can show to your select board. So there's all sorts of different resources that you can make from this project, and I want that to be in all of your hands because it's your town. But that's kind of my purpose.
Great, thank you.
So yeah, of course.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Certainly come back anytime.
Yeah. Have a great evening.
Thanks.
I printed it off.
Next is plan for fishermen and harvesters to assist in community with food. This is an ongoing topic. So, do you have anybody here that would like to talk about that?
I talked to Brian, and we can use Interstate as a pickup place if people want to, because Charlie's usually there
Okay.
quite often.
Yeah. Fantastic. Jerry and Tony donated 50 pounds of cake last trip.
And Matt donated lobster.
Excellent.
And I'm willing to donate scallops. I don't know what or how many they think they would want to do. I mean, I don't know how many people they're trying to feed.
Here's the woman who.
Yes.
Julie Moulton is here from Harpswell Aging at Home. So for anything for that community use. So Julie, can you?
I can, but first I just wanted to share a little bit of information So Harpswell Aging at Home has a Facebook page, and we've struggled to get like 3,000 hits on a post before. Right now, currently, there's been 7,712 hits on the egg post. It's been shared all over the place. And in the first 2 hours of posting about the lobsters, there's been 414 hits on that.
Ooh,
So it's getting known far and wide.
awesome.
Can you talk about the numbers, that the meals that go out?
So every other week, we send 4 meals out, and we range from usually 55 up to 65. Right now, we're on the lower end. It fluctuates a lot because it might be someone has come home from rehab and needs it. A caregiver might be ill. Someone's dealing with flu or COVID or something like that. And then we have a lot of people that have been on it for quite some time that are, you know, when you're 92, you're not gonna make yourself a beef stew. A lot of times, there's lots of hot dogs, cereal, peanut butter sandwiches eaten. So this way, there's 2 fresh and 2 frozen meals that go out. So we've already sent out, last Tuesday, 25 people had egg chowder. Very much appreciated.
So the 2 programs we talked about, Meals in a Pinch is what you're describing. The meals go out, they're delivered, people provide the food, volunteers provide the food. We're so excited about seafood. All of that that's coming. And it goes out to like 250 meals per shot, going to like 65 people.
Yep.
And the food is also cooked by volunteers, and that's the Cooking with Friends. And
Well, and other volunteers in the community.
so the lobster, for example, 5 different volunteers took 4 lobster each, and they're each going to create the mac and cheese that'll go out for the December food. So it's getting it to people and volunteers in the community who want to be connected and want to help. So process-wise, like Seth was saying, he can contribute scallops, did you say?
Yeah.
So how would that work?
Well, you were mentioning interstate?
Well, that's for lobsters. I
Okay.
don't have any traps in the water right now, but there's guys still fishing. And the co-op as a whole would probably be willing to donate also.
Okay, I mean, we have enough drivers, so we can always, you know, if someone's,
Because if we coordinated when the pickup was gonna be, Charlie would be there.
okay.
That's the guy that works at our wharf, and he's top notch.
I think that's what we should kind of work on, is coordinating, like, I'm sure you know, there's like, do you do this on specific days each month, like the second Tuesday of the month or whatever it may be?
So Meals in a Pinch is every other Tuesday.
Okay. So when would you need like the seafood for that Tuesday then, I guess?
If it was going out fresh, then we'd need it no more than 3 days out from a Tuesday.
Okay.
Because once people take it home, I mean, they get it delivered, they aren't necessarily going to eat it right that day, so.
Right.
But if someone's going to take it and cook it in freeze meals, then we can pick that up most any time. The cooking group that cooks for Meals in a Pinch is every other Friday. So we rent the Mid-Coast Community Kitchen at Mid-Coast Hunger, and there's 8 cooks that generally we turn out about 80 meals in 3 hours. So, we could take fresh seafood for that also.
And you'd want it that Friday before the Tuesday delivery? Is that what you're saying?
So for the cooking group every other Friday, and I can give you some dates if you want.
Yeah.
So we would need that probably by Wednesday,
Okay,
and we would cook it fresh on Friday, and that goes straight into a freezer.
okay,
For Tuesday, if cooks were gonna cook it fresh, we should have it by Sunday.
okay.
I was under the impression there was an email that went out that had a date towards the end of December, just to like talk with tangible numbers. Is there a time when you guys are cooking towards the end of the month?
Like the cooking group?
Thinking of it being helpful to identify a place that is willing to contribute and having a sign up so they could say how much seafood they would be willing to donate with a time frame of when it was going to be picked up. So sort of more specifics and not wanting to have the people who are catching it cook and prepare it, but just donate it,
Right.
someone else pick it up and bring it to you folks. So, you know, and wanting to have a reasonable timeline for that.
I think we all can hear.
Yeah.
It's the
It's more than-
recording.
It's more than video.
We don't want them to hear.
Well, this we do, because, but I think that's what, like, we should somehow create like a sign-up sheet or something that we can get out to the fishermen, whether it be somebody like, say, Seth, you know, that has scallops, or Sammy that has oysters, or me or George that has lobsters, or David with clams, you know, and then, so they're not just getting inundated one month with more than they can use. It's somewhat of an organized system.
And not taxing one person or one
Right.
group
Right.
each time.
And that way we can kind of spread it out amongst different areas in the town, different fisheries in the town, because different fisheries, there's certain times a year, like, you're not catching any scallops in the summertime, you know, so you're not gonna be donating any
It
scallops.
started Monday and it's over the 24th of March.
Right.
I'm only allowed to go Monday through Thursday, so I would have to, for it to be a fresh thing,
Right.
depending upon, I mean, after Thursday, I can't catch any more till Monday.
Right. So Julie, I think I agree with Katie, we need specific dates. So that the Tuesday it goes out, but when do you need the food? Those 2 dates we need.
And there was an email that went around that Sammy and I were talking about that had a date that was after this meeting.
Yep.
That was,
Where-
felt like it gave enough time to plan, so it wasn't a scramble.
Yep.
But I'm
But I
saying
don't
not-
remember what that date was.
Yeah.
I'm saying not just that date, but ongoing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get all the dates written down on paper.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
you know.
Because like lobsters this time of year, I mean, guys are going so sporadic.
I know.
Right.
Like, guys might not go for a week.
And it could
Yeah.
be like a sign-up sheet somewhere being like, this is what we can do, and then gives Ha some time to come up with a recipe to do whatever it is they're gonna do.
But also too, that all of the fisheries have to be handled differently. It's not all, you know, you can date 3 days out. And if I bring a crate of lobsters, 90 pounds of lobsters, do you have a place to hold lobsters alive until you cook them and serve them?
We do not, so.
So that changes the time frame of like when you can drop something off. Like if Jerry has fish that he's already filleted, it's ready to go. Scallops are ready to go. Oysters are ready to go. So it's, that is a part of it too, is timing of keeping, because, you know, you can probably keep them in the fridge for overnight, but
And, you know, if I know in advance, I can put an email out and find cooks to take them home and cook them and chuck them.
Yeah.
And we're not allowed to cook them at home for you, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, we can? Yeah. Oh,
I think because it's not for sale. I think you're not picking.
okay. I thought it had to be like cooked in a certain area, and I just can't. Can I pick it as well?
Absolutely.
Like, wow.
Do you want?
What are you sending yourself?
Well, I mean, that's this
Keep
like
going.
Get
that's
that list
something
going,
I don't
get that
mind
list
doing.
going.
You have
I'm having
taken the bull
carpal
by the
tunnel
horns.
surgery next week, so I'm out of it. But
Oh, yeah, that.
I'm brewing it up for you guys.
Yeah, I see now. Truth comes out.
Felt like a nice distribution of labor
You're
for
welcome,
you
guys.
all to like do the front end and then someone else to do the
Yes.
the picture.
But I think we just need to
yeah.
come up with like an organized system with specific dates, you know, and a way for fishermen or wharfs or whatever it may be to sign up for those dates, and how do we make them aware to get them to sign up?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, we do have a pretty good portion of the town covered on this committee as a whole, you know. We're
And taking it into consideration, Allison's point that not every place is going to handle it the same way. So
Right.
having the dates in advance, you can plan for whatever works best for you all.
Would it be possible, Julie, for you to kind of give us like
I can give you the whole next year.
perfect?
There.
Yeah,
I've
that.
already- I've
One
already
point
got the
person in the
kitchen
town.
rented at
Yeah,
Midcoast.
and I'm sorry.
You know it's coming.
Well, I am at the meeting, but
Yeah.
I will not be picking any
You're
crabs.
welcome.
You need like one person with the sheet.
Exactly.
Katie's very.
Katie's great.
So if
Very-
Katie can do that, if she gets the dates, and then people just contact her.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
like, no, we're full, but how about next week or whatever?
But I think us as committee members have to kind of be the ones that talk to the other fishermen and say, hey, look, like talk to the guys at Interstate, for example, and say, hey, you know, we need you to donate. We got an order for whatever it may be for next Wednesday. And then have them reach out to Katie to sign up, you know, that says Interstate's going to donate on January 2nd or whatever it may be, you know. And that way, if Interstate reaches out and they wanted to donate them, but they see it's been filled by Sammy with oysters, you know, they can look to the next date. And that way, it's somewhat organized. There's,
From Interstate's gonna, they're so busy, it would end up being me.
yeah,
I was gonna say, yeah, I would,
Easier that way.
yeah.
right. But I mean, that way, you know who to talk to. It's Katie, you know, and she would have the list, and we minimize the,
Go through one.
right,
one
it's
set
just
of
one
hands.
person that way.
So will the town do an ad every month for us to that we would like to have a sign-up list, we're looking for fishermen or whatever it is, and then I think every month, I think that's worthy of a month every ad.
Yeah.
I mean, an ad every
Is that in
month.
that newsletter you send out?
We send out e-newsletters, and I'm also happy to put something in the Anchor. So both.
And I'd reach out to Charlie at the Crier, and I know that he would love to.
On that note, the Anchor actually did reach out to me yesterday and said that they would be willing to put something about this in the Anchor, and they'd also be willing to put something about, I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but the mapping out the
Sweet.
fisheries, they'd
Perfect.
be willing, I told them I had to talk to you guys, and you guys just have to tell me what you want it to say.
Okay,
And
well,
I
the
can-
deadline is Friday.
Yeah, so, exactly, so figure, we'll get to that on the next
Great.
couple bullet points down.
Not jumping.
So,
We can-
one more question actually for Julie, is do you have the capacity, and I don't know if you said this, to cook like a crate of lobsters, or what's your capacity of cooking seafood ability there?
So if we cooked a crate of lobsters at the Midcoast kitchen, which we could do, they have a tilt skillet there, which is, you know, a yay long and we eat. So we could cook a whole crate there at a time.
Sweet, okay.
But the other way you did it with mats was you farmed them out.
Yep.
So they're really flexible. But
Yeah, like what they did with mine is I dropped them off, and she had different volunteers that just came and grabbed them out of a cooler that day and took them home and cooked them. So they could essentially do the same thing with a crate of lobsters. Well, just say she had 10 people, they each come and grab. I know it's 73 to a crate, but each grab 7. You know, take them home and cook them.
And I think as you go along, you're gonna find out this is the amount they want or whatever. It's
Right.
not like, you go through it a little bit, and you kind of
Right.
figure it out. Like, we don't need to know we don't need to know the whole thing right now, but just kind of start doing it. The more you do, the better it's gonna get.
Correct me, Julie, if I'm wrong here. Are you able, like, if you do end up with extra and you just say you got 10 pounds extra lobster meat that didn't need to go into the mac and cheese, you are able to put it into the pantry here, aren't you, for distribution for people if they wanted to grab it? Is that possible?
I'd have to talk to Midcoast on that one.
Oh, it does have to go through
Does go through
Midcoast? Okay.
But if we were to cook it at Midcoast,
Yeah,
and I gave it to them there,
yeah.
then it's coming through Midcoast.
And could you say, like, would you have the ability to say, I'd like this to go to Harpswell, you know, so we can make sure that, like, Harpswell residents were getting it?
As far as I know,
Okay.
because I know that other things that are donated, they can earmark it for,
Perfect,
and money they can earmark for the Harpswell Food Pantry.
perfect.
My request would be the specific dates and keeping the process as easy on the donation side as possible. And then you all can decide if it's cooking with friends, meals in a pinch, at all of the which kitchen you're cooking it at. All is great. But the dates and keeping it simple on the donation side would be helpful.
Yeah, and I just wanted people to know that it goes out to people,
Yes.
and there are several ways that happens.
Yes,
But yes, the mechanics, Julie's on it.
yes, yes. You do a great job. Keep up the good work.
So Julie, you'll get the dates to Katie.
I will.
Great. And then with the dates, knowing like, okay, we are doing whatever activity and we need the seafood 5 days in advance, and then I can work with everybody else.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I send you the whole list of dates,
Amazing.
I can also send, you know, we would need the seafood within 3 days of this date,
Yes,
just to make sure that we're
absolutely.
getting it out fresh, obviously.
Perfect. And then I will reach out to them and they can say, that date doesn't work for me, that timeline. I am not able to meet that deadline because it's a Saturday, you know, or whatever. That'd be great.
And what about the pickup that you were talking about? How does it get from Fisherman to Julie? You were talking about interstate, Seth. How would that
Well,
work?
that's because there's all kinds of guys that are coming in, and if like, say one guy wants to give 4 lobsters, another guy wants to give 5, or you know what I mean?
Right.
And we could just all, Charlie just put them in a crate and we'll just float them and keep them locked up until.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was hoping, I mean, I'm happy to go to a singular place and pick up places and have one collection spot for each person so that, again, the people donating, it's very simple and they can go to whatever is easiest. And then I am happy to also be a driver.
Okay, awesome.
Seth, and I think every wharf would be different, but I'll just ask you about Interstate on this one. Like, how would Interstate feel like if you left, say, like a couple gallons of scallops there, is it in like the bait cooler? Right.
I'd be happier if someone just went to my house.
Okay. All right. I was just thinking.
Either my wife will be there, or I could leave them in a cooler above my garage, because that's where I put them when we're done weighing up until people come get them.
Okay. What about somebody like you, David, or Sammy? You know, like with clams or oysters, what would be the easiest way if you guys were to donate something like that for somebody
Dropping off.
dropping off?
Yeah, I could drop off.
Drop off the day of harvest.
All right. Because that's the other thing. Like lobstermen can float their catch and keep it alive, you know.
I have to keep it cold.
Right, he has to keep his cold. Sammy and David's kind of live until they decide they're not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got a long life. Yeah.
So how would,
Well,
so David has clams. Picking them up would be the best thing. Who's he gonna talk to?
Katie.
Katie.
Katie's gonna make it happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
He's the
good.
gatekeeper.
Katie loves us.
Thank you.
She's still
I mean,
smiling.
if some fall off the truck on the way, you know, past my house, no big deal.
That's why you're volunteering.
As long
I
as it's
knew
not
there was a
grass, I'm
catch.
I'm not gonna go down the Santa Fun thing. At this meeting, donating seafood and that. I think let's get one thing done.
That sounds great.
Okay.
So then you'll reach out to me
You can email me the dates.
Yeah.
Great. And then we'll connect.
as soon as I get home.
Great. I am going home and making.
Geez, you got oranges too?
I got a whole bag. I gotta go, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Thanks, Sam.
Thanks for my oranges.
Of course.
Yeah,
And flag.
if I wanted to donate me and a couple of harvesters, like this coming Friday, your next Friday, like, who would I would get in touch with you to drop them off,
Yeah,
or
Katie.
Katie.
Katie? Yeah.
So this coming Friday, we're actually gonna be packing up the Christmas meals to put in the freezer.
Yeah. So wait the other Friday?
That would be awesome if you could, yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right, definitely.
Good deal.
I'm so proud of this. You guys are amazing.
know.
It's so cool.
I've told a few
All of
of my
us are.
customers about this, and they're like through the roof about it.
I know.
Like one of them's over in Quahog Bay and he hauls traps recreational by hand and stuff, and he's like, dude, that is so cool.
It really is.
And we're just excited to be able to send this seafood out to folks.
Yeah.
Well, we couldn't do it without you doing it, so like the partnership is just, it's really like a
Absolutely.
little Christmas gift almost for all of the community. So,
It's
It really is.
It's an amazing community. I sent out an email this morning asking we want to send everybody 3 or 4 Christmas cookies and with their lobster mac and cheese dinner. And I asked for 14 dozen. I now have 20 dozen coming in. And that was from an email this morning.
that's awesome.
It's just, it just blows me away, the community, really does.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's why we're here.
Thank you all.
Good stuff. Thank you, Julie.
Oh, and if you want to see a great picture of Matt,
I doubt they
go
do.
on Facebook to the Heart Soul Aging at Home website.
Does he have an apron on?
No, I do have a Santa hat on though, and I got an elf riding a lobster.
Yes. We brought him an elf on the shelf to ride the lobsters.
Anybody else?
Just are people okay? I mean, this will be acknowledged, thank you notes and that sort of thing, but Facebook posts, anybody have a problem with that? That the community names will be mentioned, thank you for the donation? I think that's good.
I think that's great. Like the more word to get out through, even if that's what
It's
they do.
free
it's just more-
advertisement.
Well, that it's more
For the-
people to get out to too of why they should support this community.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would say is that we talked about kids last time. I mean, this focuses on everyone,
Yeah.
but there are kids in this town that could use food too. So we want to think about that the next meeting, how we kind of get them involved or get food to them too.
Yeah, I think
How we kind of like miss that boat sometimes.
we're gonna get on that too. I was actually just talking to Katie about that. We'll get this one
Yep.
locked in, and then next would be to maybe work with the Santa Fund or some other outfit in town to do the same type of thing, but where we already got something started with Hartsville Agent at Home, we can perfect it with them and then expand from there.
I just don't want to lose sight of the.
I agree completely.
I would talk to I can't think of what the title is, the food administrator person in the district.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, the only downside, they don't make any of the food at the elementary school.
But they have the connections to
Right.
how kids get, and they know who needs food, and that's already a known.
There are lots of kids in this town that need food.
But I think that we could stretch that even further, just to be
Yep.
in our district. I don't, that there are a lot of kids more than just our town, but
Yep.
But I think that that's a place to start because there's already a lot of data, the info is there, we wouldn't have to recreate it.
Yep.
I'd like to hear about what they're doing at the school. So they have a pantry for sure, and the kids fill things, and they do probably a backpack program.
Yeah.
Yes, they do,
And
but
I-
also all the kids can eat breakfast and lunch for free.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
thinking about taking it home, and I think that they've done a process at some schools, and I just don't know,
They do.
where it's
like
like neutral.
Yeah.
No, but
Some of it's
not-
more private than, so that it just doesn't, so kids aren't feeling shame if they have to have that kind of
Exactly,
stuff, so
exactly. But
that's
it's
probably.
also not, it's not you need this, you have to, this is for everybody, and
Yeah.
everybody benefits,
Yeah.
and
Just think it's important.
so there's no shame.
It's just important to remember that some kids don't have food at home.
Yeah.
They get food at school,
Exactly.
but there are kids that don't have food at home. And that's, the weekend is tough for those kids.
And
That's what I'm
half
saying,
days,
though,
days off.
the district already knows that data's there, they have that where they do send stuff home on the weekends, it does exist.
Yep.
But
And then-
I would be interested to add to that if we,
Yeah.
could, for
Yeah.
sure.
Do you
And
know
beyond the
that?
school year.
Yeah, they do it in the summer too.
Yeah. there's summer programs too, so.
There is, there's a lot actually that the district does give out.
They do? Okay.
Good deal.
We can put, I think we should put it on next month's
Oh, yeah,
agenda,
no,
and then,
I was gonna mention
Yeah.
before we moved on, that this will be an ongoing topic on every agenda.
until we get it
Someday we're to the
perfected.
point where we say,
It's a smooth oil machine.
this community with food's going well, next item.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope that we get to that point.
We've done well with everything else.
we're off to a good start.
We're making pretty good progress from where we started.
Who's gonna adjourn the meeting?
I'm pretty good at it.
Okay, so I guess we're good there.
Yep.
This month. Moving on, Fisheries Committee goals, this was something I brought up at the last meeting. I wanted to pick one topic or one goal for us to kind of really focus on. It's on the last page of the handout is what we have for goals. We can just keep this real simple if we'd like. Number 5 is what we just talked about.
Yeah.
We can just continue that discussion.
I think that's a great one.
And, you know, that'll be in January, we'll revisit this. And
Let me hammer on this for a while.
yeah, let's just hammer it and
Get it
really
perfected.
something done. So that when people say, you know, who is the Fisheries Committee, well, this is what they've done so far. So-
Yep.
So number 5, it's already on the agenda, and that's gonna be continued. Once we get a handle on it, we'll pick another one of these.
Yep.
So again, the goals list will be an ongoing, just a mention of
Yep.
where we're at, and if we're ready to pick up new goals.
And if we can find out the school thing, that thing with the kids,
Do you have any contacts there, Allison, at all? Are you able to, do you know who that person is?
Yeah, I'm having a total brain cramp, but like the food there's a person that administers all the food to all the schools.
Yep.
And how it gets delivered and everything, and then they have the connection to the state and the federal, all the other data and all that stuff, how they hand out stuff, so.
Well, maybe we can look into inviting that person to a meeting? Would that be worth it, do you think?
I don't see why not. I mean, it would be a good education, I think, for everybody to hear about what the district provides and then what we could add to that if necessary.
All right. I'll see if I can find out who it is and,
I'll tell you.
all right.
and just talk to them and say, hey.
Yeah, I'll send him an email and invite him to our next committee meeting and tell him kind of what we've done with the Hartsville Aging Home, and we'd like to
Yeah.
do something similar with the children in the district.
I think-
You don't have to just,
I'll send it to you.
yeah, text it to me and I'll get that email out to him. I assume the committee's okay with me sending that email?
Yeah.
I don't think we need a motion or anything.
No.
I'll share during the Marine Resource meeting this month as well with whoever's in attendance. And,
Good idea.
yeah,
That's a really good idea, actually.
Say that again, David?
I'll share, during this month's Marine Resource meeting, I'll share with who's present in the audience during the meeting
Great,
about what we just discussed in case there was other harvesters. So,
good deal.
yeah.
What about zone council meetings? That's the whole,
That's the whole
yeah.
kit and caboodle.
Yeah.
But it might be worth mentioning because, I mean,
Maybe we could jumpstart something in another.
right, at statewide, right, that's
Bring it
the only thing I was gonna say, I mean, we aren't the only town that has hungry people.
That show up at that meeting, though, Hartsville residents.
Yeah, it's 50% Hartsville.
Yeah, so maybe
Yeah.
we'll talk to Jeff about,
Yep.
at least a shout out on the agenda.
Yeah,
We'll do that.
that's a good idea. One of us can reach out to Jeff.
Okay, I can do that. I'll send him a,
Perfect.
I think we have some time before the next zone council, so we can do that.
There's a group that meets once a month. It's a resource coalition for the Mid-Coast. And I think this topic would be great to share there.
Okay?
So
Can you say that again?
it's called the Bath Brunswick Resource Coalition, and it's the Mid-Coast area and including us and Brunswick.
Are you part of that?
Yeah.
So this is you volunteering to share it for us?
I go there to represent HA, and I'm on the board of Bath Brunswick Respite Care. And it is focused on older adults, But I think to spread the word about this and that we're bringing in the kid factor too, more ideas. I forget who said it, but there are other towns. So all those mid-coast towns are, kids are hungry. Adults are hungry. So I'll share it there and get back to you.
Next up, we have the legacy fishing net updates. If somebody's here to talk about that. And again, this is an ongoing topic every month.
Yeah, you guys mentioned last time maybe putting something in the anchor to try to encourage people to come in and share their fishing areas. Like, what do we want it to say? Basically, how do you want to go about?
Attention all fishermen to start with, and then,
Yeah.
and then a few sentences. Are you gonna reach out to them just to make?
Yeah, they reached out to me, I think on Monday, that Craig Anderson actually watched our last meeting and saw us talking about it and reached out and said that they would be willing to put that in the anchor. They just needed to know what we wanted to say, so I said I'd talk to you guys.
You wanna get together tomorrow just for a?
Well, it can't be me, it should be kind of decided by the committee.
Okay, well,
I think it can be pretty simple. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything fancy.
Or-
Allison, you had some good ideas.
sure, committee members tonight,
Yeah.
but.
I mean, you guys could maybe decide as a committee to task you two with doing that.
Yeah.
As
We
long
could
as
write
everybody
something up
agrees.
tomorrow and
Yeah, that's fine.
email it out, and then everybody could just either thumbs up or add to. Does that sound okay?
I mean, how much does it
Technically.
need to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't,
You know, we need your help, we need you to come to these meetings when you can and show us on the map. Are we gonna be able to do that January and February?
So to address that,
Okay.
Yeah,
so I
that's
don't
the-
leave you guys hanging, Amelia, who also knows GIS, we've
Okay.
been coordinating, like, I'm passing the knowledge to her so
Okay.
that she's going to actually cover this committee while I'm away for
Okay,
January
good.
and February. She'll do your agendas.
Oh, good.
And she'll be available to work on the GIS project with you guys.
Good.
so we can just put something, attention fishermen, we need you to come on, what is this, the second Wednesday of the month?
Yeah.
At 5 PM to help map legacy fishing areas within town.
Yeah.
And
Something,
the intention is, you have to give them what the intention
Yeah.
is, or they're not gonna even.
right, that's what I was talking about, you had that nailed down last meeting, how'd you,
Oh my
repeat
gosh.
yourself.
Are you for real right
Watch the
now? I
tape.
barely can remember yesterday sometimes. Now I don't even remember. them.
Oh, I can go back and watch it, I guess. And because I thought you had it, you said it very well last time. I can't remember the specifics of it either. Did you happen to? I should
was
just
it
look
in
in the
the
minutes.
minutes?
That's what they're there for,
I don't
right?
think it was that was that thorough though. I mean, she did good minutes, but like you're supposed to, it's not supposed to be too.
You could headline it, DMR stricter regulations, I'm sure that would be it.
Well,
Really.
like I said, put a picture of someone's buoy on social media, they'll show up.
I didn't catch it, Matt, not the,
No, yeah, I didn't
not
see it either.
not a quote.
But yeah, just attention fishermen, please come at 5 PM the second Wednesday to the fisheries.
Yeah, we'll give them specific dates. but
Yeah,
yeah.
help.
Say Allison will draft an ad.
Yeah, I know. I looked at the minutes and I was like, oh my.
Yeah.
Would you like to get together with Matt and I, and
Well, I was thinking I can
even
help
if
you
it's,
guys.
even
Yeah.
if it's over the phone, just a
Yeah.
phone.
No, just the two of you do it, because if it's three of us, it's technically a committee
Oh,
meeting,
okay.
so you two do it and
Alright.
just send it to me and
You're
I'll.
not technically not on the committee.
Oh, yeah, you're right, so I can meet with you. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Way to try to get out of it.
Way to suck me back in.
You have time tomorrow sometime,
Yeah.
a few minutes?
Yeah, I got
We can
time
do it over the
tomorrow.
phone.
I have a meeting at 4 tomorrow here. Besides that, I'm free.
Okay.
And then you'll send it around?
Yeah, we'll email it out to the committee and you guys can look at it.
Yeah,
So I've said that the committee authorizes you three to, yeah.
and we got to do it tomorrow because I have to have it to Craig by Friday.
Okay.
Do you need a motion on that, or are you okay just a solid green?
Just that we're authorizing, so I don't.
Yeah, maybe make a motion to authorize you two to do it.
There's only two of you guys left, so one of you has to,
So moved.
there you go.
There you go.
Yep,
Good.
Go vote in favor of it, I assume?
yep.
Backroom stuff, love it.
Yeah. Turn the lights out, shut the.
I don't even
mics
know
off.
if you technically have a quorum anymore,
Yeah,
but.
we're kind of working through it, yeah.
No, what do you got, 1, 2, you got 5, you're good.
Yeah.
We're here in spirit.
Yeah.
Any new business? Anybody want to bring up anything?
I have two little things for you
Okay,
guys. So one is that second page that I handed out to you guys is just kind of a heads-up notice that there's a large grant that's going to be coming out later in January. Marianne has this all on lockdown, but essentially I think there's a plan to try and move ahead with using some of those funds to deal with Garrison Cove and improve that situation. So more to come on that. I just wanted to put that on your radar so you guys were aware of that.
How public is this? I mean, is this, we've heard about it, but are other people hearing about it?
I think this notice that I printed for you guys went out to like every municipality along the coast, so everyone will know about it.
Okay.
So it'll be, like I said, they haven't officially released the actual call for proposals yet. That'll come in January, but I think Marianne's got a pretty good plan already lined up so that you guys can jump right on it when it's time. And I plan to do a letter of support from the Harbor Master Department and leave it so that you can attach that whenever it gets submitted.
Okay.
And Darcy, what were you saying it could be used for possibly?
It's an infrastructure grant.
But you mentioned-
Garrison Cove. For Garrison Cove.
Garrison Cove,
Yep.
thank you.
Yep. The other little new business thing, I was gonna,
Oh, is this, is Marianne wanna
Oh,
speak
sorry.
about the last
It's okay, I snuck out. Let me sit here just to be on camera.
Yeah, go, there you go.
Mary
Jump
Ann
right in.
Naif. I kind of mentioned something last month. We're looking to work at Garrison Cove, redo the landing there, make it more resilient to sea level rise. But also, I know that many of you, Billy left, but use that for pulling their gear, pulling boats, pulling floats. So if there's things there that you would like to see better, we don't have all that much property there, but it would be interesting to know where you see some areas that we could enforce as part of this grant. This grant is not going to be just to plan, it's going to be to plan and build. So if we get it, we would have the money to actually do the work. So, yeah.
If I remember correctly, Billy mentioned something about a telephone pole last meeting. That's
Yeah,
been a headache down
mentioned the
there
telephone
for,
pole.
He
since
barely
it was
sneaks
put.
out of there.
And then not just him.
Yeah.
It's an issue. So
And-
maybe the telephone pole, I'm sure everyone knows which one it is.
Oh, we know which one it is, we got a picture of it,
Yeah,
and
good.
it's,
So that's
we've,
some focus there, maybe. Good.
that's something we're gonna mention
Yeah.
as part of what we're doing. Also, it's really tight when you bring really big trucks down there to
Mhm.
swing around. So I think that's an area too, if we could expand, but the town only has so much property there. But there might be some possibility to do something else, I don't know. But it would seem to me, for the amount that's used, and as Billy mentioned today, you got the two landings, one's facing north, one's facing south, so that you can just swing across the bridge and use the other one. It's really used a lot. I was surprised at the amount of differing sizes of things. And it's also used as a picnic area and beach area too. So,
Did you hear his comments he made during the Harbor and Waterfront meeting about it? Were you here?
I think so. Tell me.
About focusing on the working waterfront aspect of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
good.
Yeah. So we're hoping, we can focus on the working waterfront assets and really build that up.
Right, for a better chance to get the grant.
Exactly.
we thought.
Yeah. So, thank you.
So on here, though, it says applicants are required to provide a minimum of 5% local match,
That's right.
cash or in-kind of the total project costs.
That's right.
So this would have to go before town meeting.
Not exactly. We have the Spira account, which was put into effect 3 years ago. which the town is authorized, I would have to read it to you, but basically, it's a fund of up to $100,000 that can be used for the selectmen to just approve small amounts of money that we need to go for a grant, because we don't have time many times for a town meeting to do that. So the town the town meeting has approved that. So we have used it many times when we go for many of the grants that we've gone. We include our match out of that fund, like 10,000 sometimes. This particular grant, we would need probably around 35,000 out of that fund. Before that's used, though, the Resiliency Committee makes a determination and votes on whether they feel that's a good use of funds. It then goes to the selectmen at one of their meetings to approve the project. And I can give you more information on that, Allison, if it's helpful.
But, and during this, that you're gonna have public input too. It's not just gonna be like you decide, get the grant, and then it's just gonna be you and the selectmen working on this without.
We had this, came up last month too. When we say working on it, I'm reaching out to get information to put into the grant. We have to sell the project to the state. So I'm not sure how else, what else to do to make it public. I mean, we'll talk about it at a selectmen's meeting. However, it's difficult. I'm having a problem with how you would zone in on doing it. I'm not trying to keep people out of it, but
Until we have the money, there's nothing to really talk about, or even have the money to move forward. Otherwise, we're talking to people about a pipe dream.
I'm not talking about that part of the process. I'm talking about when you get the money and you
Right,
decide.
that would go through, that would
So
go through a
we're-
public engagement process.
Okay.
Like, there'd be a whole, like, permitting it and all that, that would follow all that sometimes frustratingly long process that it takes to build anything.
And I can appreciate the fun, but also, I mean, and no offense to Matt, I'm sure he's used to me, but leaving it up to 3 people to spend tens of thousands of dollars was never the intention of how a town works.
I
So-
don't believe we're not spending thousands of dollars.
Well, that's why I was asking you, because this is saying we have to make a match to it. So when you're applying that the town is gonna be committed to a certain amount of money.
We're going to commit to, if it has to be 5% or 10% on this, and I know the price of this project is around $700,000, we're going to have to be committing it, is that $35,000 for 5%, something like that. But it's coming out of this fund.
That's
Yeah.
what the town voters approve,
Town voters.
that
How's it
fund.
getting replenished?
And we replenish, it goes on town meeting, whatever it's been drained down by, we vote on it at town meeting to replenish it up to that. It stays at, we try to keep it at 100.
Which I'm not saying I disagree with that. I'm just saying what part of the process does the rest of the town, I'm not sure that people, I'm not sure that's how that it was supposed to be. That there's just this fund that the 3 of you just get to decide what we're matching and doing.
There's a cap
Without,
on how-
I understand that, because it's $2 million, so it would be
No, I mean-
100,000, which she
No, there's a
said.
cap on the funds that we can authorize to spend.
Okay, that's the answer I'm looking
I'm
for,
sorry,
which
and
is.
I forgot something. It also says if we want to spend, it's up to, the selectmen can approve up to $50,000 for a project. Anything over that, I have to relook at, I'm pretty sure has to go to town meeting.
I think you're right.
That's right.
So most of these come up with for $10,000 that you need in 2 weeks, for a month, to apply for the grant.
We've approved a couple in my short tenure on the board. Most of them have been like 5,000.
5 to 10,000.
2,500.
Yeah.
So where are we noticing the town that you're doing that?
We talk about it in the anchor when we have a project. And for example, it's budget time coming up. I've been looking at the fund. We have enough in that fund that it does not have to be replenished. Otherwise, we would be going to the Budget Advisory Committee asking for, let's just say, $40,000 to bring the fund back up to 100, which would then go to town meeting, be on the town report, and it would go to, be voted on by the town.
But because the deadline would be gone, that's the whole reason for the reserve.
Yeah, that's the.
And
yeah.
there's the limit, the select board can't approve at above a certain level. And then oftentimes, Spira will be, like for the broadband stuff, there was money allocated, like $10,000, but never needed, so it's still in the account, it never
Exactly.
left the account.
Yeah, because we did not get that grant.
Yeah, but it allows, nimble's the word, it allows you to be nimble so you can apply for these things.
And I understand that, but I also think that when you're spending that much money, that it is important to have, the town has a voice and has ears and can listen, and, oh, our selectmen are spending $45,000 or $50,000, which is a chunk of change. I don't obviously disagree with this.
I hear what you're saying
But I'm
now,
just
yeah.
saying that there's a disconnect in communication. I say this a lot in this town and this district, of communicating what you're doing so that that's a lot to just be like, leave it nimble, and then we're leaving it to 3 people. So
And, I hear what you're saying, and I think this does happen. You get so caught up in the project, and then you get the grant, and you're working on the project, you tend to forget to talk about it. And I'm sure we're
what
all
would-
guilty of
what
that
could
many
be
times.
added? I mean, what happens now is the committee talks about it, agrees it's a resiliency and sustainability, agrees it's a good idea, goes to the select board, they say yes or no. Select board meetings are noticed, the minutes go out, but what else would help? I mean, I'm asking another way to get the word out.
I don't know what that is either, but I'm hearing a lot of this for the first time right now. So if it's just in the paper,
An
then it's
example
probably
of
not.
one that I recently approved was the water quality study that you brought to the board to get a grant to do the water testing.
Yeah.
There's no town funds for that, though, that's just a.
Right, but you had to get our approval
yeah.
to even apply. I mean, if there was a match, we would have approved that too. But that's an example of, first this committee discussed it, and then Darcy brought it to the board, and we looked at it as a board and gave Darcy permission to pursue that grant application for that type of funding. And the other problem we run into is, like Marianne and Jay have both spoken to, is usually when these grant applications come out, the deadline is so short, you don't have a year for public engagement. You have a 6-week period, to fill this application out and get it in. So you barely have enough time for a committee to review it, the committee to bring it to the board to review it, and then actually fill the grant application out and get it submitted in time. I mean, just the committee reviewing it and then bringing it to the board, you're talking a month.
Another thing I can mention, and this is to your point, because I am Allison, I'm trying to figure out how more people will know. The Resiliency Committee members are members from most of the committees in town. For example, David,
Billy.
Ideally, when we talk about something in there, you should be going back to your committee and talking about the project to highlight it. I'm being especially attentive because this particular grant has so much to do with fisheries. But ideally, the way it would work, so then the people on the committee can be a voice to talk about it and reach out with it too.
I think that's a really good point, and one that can be stressed in the committee. Don't forget to carry this back to your committee.
Right.
Because the committee, people on the committee, like Billy, can report about harbor and waterways.
And then maybe we
can work on it. Yeah, I think we.
I mean, the last we talked about, which was great, and we all wanted David to do it, but that was the last we heard about it. And we haven't heard about what you guys have done with the rest of it.
We submitted, did we get that?
Can we add that as an agenda? I like that idea, is that maybe we just add an agenda item every month to, is
Catch
there
up with,
a report back of,
update too, yep.
because that kind of got left in that
We
we
won't
didn't,
hear back till January.
right, but we didn't even know, I mean, I didn't even know it got submit, like, we said, yeah, go ahead and talk to David and do that, but that was the last we had talked about it.
Yep, that's a good idea. That was my fault. I dropped the ball on that one. I should have.
You have nothing to do, I know, you gotta stop eating
Yeah.
bonbons and watching soaps, so.
Somebody's got to hold this
Yeah,
house
right.
down. My wife's busy working.
Can you email us all like the application of what you guys just approved, or
Sure.
Yeah.
that we, if you.
Yeah, I think I have.
Yeah, I think that would be good to have, and
Yeah.
like Jay mentioned, is that emphasize it back to all the committees, that when something gets done and you're applying for a grant, and this is the thing, that at least the rest of us can see what's happening.
Yeah, I think that is an area we can be better at, and we'll work at.
And that would
going forward.
alleviate
and that
this whole
me specifically
conversation we
as
just
a
had.
Board member can be better at that, and I'll be better going forward. I'll get that application that we submitted out to I'll forward it to you guys in an email
Awesome, thank
in the
you.
next couple. Give me a day.
I mean, I don't care if it's next month, that's fine, I know it's a busy time and we've all got a lot going on, but I think that would, even just having an agenda
Yeah.
line on every agenda that just says to get us, what
That
do we
is
need
a-
to
yep.
update or report back on.
I think that is a very good idea, and that's very simple to do. Too,
Thank
so.
you, good idea.
So this is obviously not limited to Garrison Cove.
No,
No.
no.
And that's the discussion we're just having now, is how that location came about. Is
The
that-
first place?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know somebody's gonna ask, why there?
So, it was during COVID, I think. A project through GoPIF came up on a project, a working waterfront project. At that time, Mark Ironman was here, and Garrison Cove boat ramp was brought up as a place that needed work to be done. Also, Lookout Point was brought up.
Was one of my thoughts, and Potts Point as well.
Yeah. So we got top-level engineering, which really tells you how much to figure out the project's gonna cost. So we were able to get a grant for both Lookout Point, which we have that information, and for Garrison Cove.
Okay.
There might be others, but those were the two that were brought up. Bethel Point gets brought up also periodically. We've done engineering designs for the bridge over Hen Cove. I know there's probably things that can be thought about for the landing itself, because it's really important, I understand. So those are items I think as a committee you can talk about and feed them through. So the idea is when something comes up, you have a backlog of what you want to move forward on. So that would be really helpful, I think, because otherwise you don't really know.
I have a question, and this is just me and my newness. Is it detrimental, say, where you mentioned Lookout Point as being another one? Does it help us if we were, when we applied for this grant, to apply for, say, Garrison Cove and Lookout Point, to kind of say to the state, like, there is more than one area, in this town, like, to kind of show that there are multiple areas, or are we better off trying to put all of our eggs?
It's a good question. We did apply for two the last time we planned for this, and we didn't
We-
get either one.
Oh, all right.
But I will say that this grant is more tailored to Garrison Cove. We were pushing
Okay.
it last time because it was more about for roads rather than
All right.
working waterfront. Not to say that we can't.
It was just a thought, if it would make it
I
more
don't know that-
successful, but if it would make it less successful, then
That's a good question, because we were thinking the same thing.
I don't know the answer to that.
I did
either.
get a little bit of pushback in talking to the fishermen down at Lookout Point.
Not wanting?
Not wanting.
Fishermen at what point?
Lookout.
Lookout.
Lookout. Well, it was the design a way they were going to stop the wave run-up, which was going to affect the lobster business there, because he gets a certain amount of pressure from that fills his tanks.
But Mary Ann, you made another good point, and that is, how does the grant direct you?
Exactly.
They're going to fund certain things and not other things, so you want to match up.
You have to really match up, and I think we've learned when we stretch too much, we're not successful. But if you can really do a really good job on what they're looking for.
That was kind of why we chose the specific monitoring project for that grant, because that was a very clean, concise, easy to write up. And what we really need more than that is a carrying capacity study, but that's a large, complex project, and it would have been a little maybe too unwieldy for them to score us well on.
Yeah,
so.
for that one, yeah.
So I'd rather get something to start with, and then we can work on the bigger one for
We
another
can work
grant.
on that. I mean, and here's again, I think this is where it's really good to have the committee thinking about this and, feeding into this information.
So for the next grant that comes along, we'll be ready.
You should have some shovel-ready projects that you
Yeah,
want to do,
that's what
and
you
have
need.
like,
Think of areas in town that the fisheries use that need improvement,
Now, the committee had
that
also.
are public,
Yeah.
not private. But
No,
they have to be public
They have to be
infrastructure.
public infrastructure, because we cannot spend money on private infrastructure. Another thing too, we have a sustainability plan based on town infrastructure. So while we're able to do this for town landings, we're also have an outstanding grant to see about doing a water study for potable water. We were supposed to hear by that by the end of the year, but that's been pushed out because of the shutdown, I was told. So we won't hear about that until.
They'll plan that for the next year.
Exactly. So there's there are other committees that have the opportunity, if they're trying to do something that falls under resiliency, that they can. And by the way, back to Potts Point. You mentioned Potts Point. We used, when they decided on the Potts Point dock, to make it, they raised it, what?
4 feet. I think.
4 feet. There was that raised the price. We did put $10,000 from Spira into that to allow the town to take that extra step and have it done.
Wasn't talking about the town dock specifically, but there's also a boat launch there in the end.
And that's something, is that,
Use some attention.
and now is that town property?
yeah.
Yes, yes.
So here again, start bringing those things and talk about, what's wrong with it, what you would like to see happen, because we are looking for those type of things.
And that's really the only way we're gonna be able to afford to get them fixed within this town is by applying for grant money, unless people want to start paying more in taxes, which nobody
Yeah,
does. We're already
We're
maxed
already
out.
gonna get a,
yeah.
we're
So.
already getting a bump there. Not to keep beating this telephone pole to death, but, and I don't need a in-depth answer, but are we sure that the town is responsible for that pole, or is that?
Oh, yeah, it's on our property.
So
In fact,
that's,
I
so
have
we
this
own
stuff-
that pole.
Well,
So
I don't know if we own it, but it's our pole.
If we want it moved, we're responsible for that. That's, or is CMP, or
I
is,
assume, I'm not sure, but my
is that a
sense
town
is.
road or a state road down there?
It's a town road.
Okay,
So, and it's on town property.
okay.
So I'm not sure what the
So we probably
mechanics
own it.
are of getting
Yeah.
it moved.
Okay, okay, good.
I wonder if they could go underground.
I don't know.
Skip it and get the pole out of there, have like a box on the
Yeah, one of
side.
those junction boxes, they had those
Yeah.
big.
Do everything
I don't know.
from there down.
Not that it would be cheap,
Yeah.
but
That's why
It
we're
would be
applying for
smart.
grant.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
part of the working waterfront, right? That's the whole
Yeah,
point.
Yeah.
it is. In fact, that telephone pole picture is in the paperwork that we've done so far. It's called out to be removed, or moved. So,
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mary Ann.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Darcy, you got
Yeah.
another?
One more tiny one. So I was tasked with updating the Harpswell Marine Resources and Harbor Management Facebook page when I took the job, and I have felt for a while, I feel like fisheries should be added to that, if you guys are good with that. I took it on myself to put a post about the fishermen we lost, just because I feel like it was a pretty key thing to happen in town, so.
Darcy, I can't hear you.
Sorry, adding the Fisheries Committee to the current Harpswell Marine Resources and Harbor Management Facebook page, just to add stuff to it. Like, I'd love to add in stuff when you guys get the whole feeding the community thing. We can put information out there on that. It's got like 3.2 thousand followers, not a huge number, but it's another access
Get that
point.
up there.
Yeah.
It's decent.
So if you guys want me to, I can change that title and just start adding Fisheries Committee stuff to it as well. Or if you want to talk about it, I can wait, but it's up to you.
No, definitely. Get the word out there. Pretty informative.
We're doing great stuff, and I feel like nobody really knows except
Yeah, maybe
us.
share Harpswell Legion at Homes post.
That's what I'm thinking, is like,
Stuff like that.
pertinent stuff that we're doing that, nobody knows about unless they come sit in the meeting, so.
We'd also use that to advertise
Yeah.
too for the
Come do the
map and
maps
stuff.
and.
The
yeah.
more we advertise,
We
the
have to,
better. I don't think
right.
there's such a thing as too much.
Me too.
Yep.
And do you have that, not to go back to it, but did you know that person at the crier?
Yes.
So maybe whenever you guys come up with, you could send that, see if they'd be willing to help us out with that.
Yep.
Good. Just a quick, something I forgot to mention, and I'm not sure, 100% sure when this needs to happen. I think Christy Yanni approached me about a write-up.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's for the town,
Report.
for the town report.
Yeah, it's you, buddy.
At some point, I have to,
You got this.
Yeah.
You totally got
So
I can
in
this.
case
actually
you-
answer that for you,
Oh, you
George.
can? Okay,
yeah,
good.
I have the distinct pleasure of putting that report together this year.
Oh,
I'm
good
not,
deal.
So
not
when-
super
when
excited
is-
about it.
When is that due?
I'll be sending an email to everyone who chairs a committee in the middle of this month, so next week, and you will have until mid-January. So you'll have one more meeting with this group before I
Barely,
leave
it's
it.
the 14th,
Yeah.
but,
Well, you can be late. It's
Okay.
fine. It's fine. But roughly the middle of January is
Okay.
when I'll need it.
okay, good. So
It's
I'll-
dangerous to tell a fisherman you can be late.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I know where to find him, so.
I'm gonna go to the wharf for an hour, she's like, yeah, I'll see you in 4.
Are we on
I
the-
say the same thing to Gary.
Are we on the hook for a picture as well, or a group photo, or?
No.
No?
They have us recorded.
Okay. Nice.
That's
I'll
enough.
put a nice picture of the ocean. We'll add that.
Yeah.
That sounds good. All right, I will try to get that to you in a timely manner. Anything else? Any public comment, anything that wasn't on the agenda? Since
Well,
Billy's
Billy's
not-
nature,
since
adjourn.
Bill-